Of course, we've been lied to about our origin and our DNA, etc., etc. And I feel like both things are true. But what I want to talk about is how we have been lied to about what Africa is. We have been lied to about how Africa looks. We have been lied to even about the resources of Africa. Me as a Black American, what I grew up on is seeing, those commercials, in the arms of the angels. Da da da. That's what I grew up seeing. Africans being depicted in that type of way. However, as a young adult, I know that this is false information. And this is ethos. If you know psychology, ethos is when you market to people using emotions. So we have been lied to about Africa. The way that they have presented Africa to us is all lies. Africa doesn't even look like that. They perceive Africa to be this poor country, and it's lies. It's all lies. So yeah, before I posted this video, I had to reevaluate everything, and we have been lied to, and I feel like both things can be true. One being the quote-unquote term African American, as well as American Indians. Because if you do the research, back in the day, we have people like Mansa Musa, who was a black man who was the wealthiest man in the world. Mansa Musa, and he was the king of Mali. And those are our ancestors. We come from abundance. But what I'm trying to say is basically both things are true. Because, and y'all, I don't know everything. I'm still learning things. I'm trying to get down to the bottom of this and the root of it. It's about knowing the true identity of myself and my people. We come from all over is what I'm trying to say. Back in the day, the Moors and things of that sort, our people were nomads. Our people traveled the whole planet, so we were everywhere. Even when you talk about the Atlantic slave trade that happened, they transported us all over the world. So I think there's a lot of ignorance, going on, and a lot of propaganda going on. And I think the priority should be to get down to the real truth and do the work and do the research. And also too, even terms like Black and African, these are all terms that we're giving to people, that was given to us. So I make these videos because I want to know the truth, the real origin, because we have been lied to for so long, because we are so amazing that it takes a whole group of people to come together to try to keep us down and hide the truth from us, to keep us down. But yes, I had to reevaluate everything. We have been lied to. We have our people everywhere. Where do you think the runaway slaves went? And the rest of the world knows the truth, and they know our history. But a lot of them, they keep silent because they benefit off of us not knowing ourselves. Because even at one point, I'm like, I'm not an African American. Don't call me that. And it does make sense. Our ancestors, my ancestors, I could speak for myself. My ancestors have been out here in the States for a long time. Black Americans, when it comes to other groups, they have a homeland to go back to. People come here to America and then they go back home. But when it comes to us, we don't be having nowhere to go. So wouldn't Africa be our home? Africa and America? The whole planet in general is our home. Because our people have always been nomads. We have always traveled. So I personally feel like both is true. In regards to the topic, are Black Americans African Americans? Are Black Americans American Indian? I feel like both is true. Because you have, the origin of things. And then we ended up in America. And then, we made America our home. So I feel like both is true. And I just make this video because I want everybody to put their minds together so that we can bring the truth to the surface. And finally get some peace. And leave all the toxicity. It's time for us to just focus on resting and healing. And by doing that is by knowing thyself and knowing your roots. And I understand it's challenging when you really don't have much to start with, when your library's been burnt down, when the truth is being hidden from you. It's hard, but it's possible. So when I say people want a destiny swap with Black Americans, there's a lot of people that do. There's a lot of people, to them, they have the mindset, it's better you than me. Most people, they do some savage things for a green card, to be an American, etc. So to them, it's better you than me. So you have to be aware of that. A lot of these people ain't your friends. A lot of these people, it's business to them. It's nothing personal. It's just business to them. And what I have had to learn in life is you have to learn how to separate your personal and your business. Because they come to you in a form of personal, but the true reality is they mean business. They're transactional. They're conditional. They have tried to erase the truth, but the truth cannot be hidden. It's not fair, it's not fair to take away from a whole group of people and think that you can live out their life. It doesn't work like that. The universe doesn't work like that. You cannot finesse the universe. You cannot finesse nature. Nature will always side with the right people, with the native people of the planet. You're a good soul and you're a good person when nature F's with you. When the universe F's with you. So yeah, that's my think piece. It was really challenging to put this video out. It was challenging. It's like, when I'm open to having these certain conversations, it's like, some people, they come together, energy or whatever, however you want to put it. They come together to try to silence me because they don't want the information to come out. You know why they don't want the information to come out? Because they benefit from us not knowing ourselves. These people are sitting on our land, sitting in our houses, sitting with our husbands and our wives. You think that they want to let that go easily? So yeah, everything is really about unlearning and relearning and reprogramming your subconscious mind. You have to go through a whole reprogramming type of thing. Because we have been lied to. The only thing that has scared me about other countries, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, The only thing that has scared me about other countries is the witchcraft. That's what scares me about other countries. You know, how heightened the witchcraft is. And that's the only con that I have when it comes to traveling. You never know what you're going to be walking yourself into. There's people that they do target practice. You know, they're looking for people to target. You know? And that's why awareness is key. That's the only thing about the other countries for me, is the level of sorcery that's going on. But you know, it's not just in the other countries, it's all over the planet. May justice be served, and may judgment be served too, because nobody had no right to be out here stealing from people, regardless if that's spiritually or physically. Nobody had no right to be doing that.